You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Ian Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for the League. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip about the League. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for the League.
Hello and welcome, everybody. This is Phil Svitek. I am joined alongside my co-host.
That'd be me, John Barrett, I believe is to whom you are referring.
Yes, indeed. And we are back for our second episode of the League. And you know what? I'm really liking this show.
I'm on board with it. It's super awesome.
Yes, for those of you who listened to us last time, although it is season 3 of the League, it is our second episode that we've ever viewed. Mm-hmm. Oh, and on my rundown sheet, it tells me how to spell Sukkah, which is the title of this episode.
We had plenty of trouble with.
Yes, I spelled it S-U coat.
Yeah, I spelled it similarly to Phil, insofar as I had S-U-C-O-T-E.
Yeah,
But we are both idiots.
Now, before we kind of get into the Jewish aspect of tonight's episode, let's discuss Kevin and Jenny, kind of where the episode opened up with the billboard. And I love how, it's made clear that she only has this one billboard.
Well, it's not a billboard, it's a bench.
That's correct.
It's a bench ad.
It's a bench ad.
Which features quite prominently her cleavage.
Photoshopped, of course.
Well, Taco claims that it's photoshopped. She claims that it's all real, dog. But Taco seems to be right.
Yes, of course he is. And of course he's got a penis picture of his, Kevin, just in case of emergency.
Right, in case in case there is an accident and they need to reconstruct her boobies, he offers to take a picture.
No, I believe he has a picture.
He has a picture. No, he has a picture of Kevin's wiener.
Now, let me ask you this: how much is a bench for an ad space?
I do not know. I have never had to rent ad space on a bench.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
You know what? But for if you were running a small business, that's a pretty big accomplishment. Like one bench, right?
Yeah, having a bench is a big deal, man. People sit on those things, and they have to look to make sure they're not sitting in bird stuff. So they're gonna look at it. They're gonna look at it long and hard, and they're gonna know the names on there.
You know what? And you know what? It's interesting. They're from Chicago, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
And so in LA, there's benches. They're kind of sectioned off. Where you have kind of partitioned seats.
There's enough room for a person's butt.
Yeah. And the reason, why they did that, though, right?
So homeless people would stop sleeping on them?
Yes, and I feel like, as kind of this whole theme of the episode, or not, it was kind of underlying in there. It was the betterment of the neighborhood and things like that. You know what? You might want to consider that and just be assholes to the homeless, so that way they don't sit on your benches.
Put some ass separators on your bench.
But anyway, I love how they, you know what I mean. You always kind of hear the joke of the period, like a woman's period. But I love how they've taken it to a whole new level that I've never seen it before, and made it just ultra funny.
What with putting it on a park bench?
That, and obviously how he before that how he convinces that's what got the guy homeless, was because of
because of his wife's period.
Yes.
Because she threw him out when she was on her period. I'm willing to bet that homeless guy's story is a little more detailed than that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But sure.
You know what? Like most things, I got enough X-Buzz from him, and I didn't need any more.
Yeah, no, I don't feel any overwhelming
And I
desire to
female.
learn.
I could see a female getting pissed off. Women are nasty when they're on their periods.
So to all you female viewers out there, or listeners,
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
stop having periods, right?
Period.
We are the worst.
We are. But hey, the show went there. Why can't we go there?
That's a good point.
And what was your when the episode obviously ends with the reveal that Kevin, in order to fix the situation,
Right, he has
drawn a swastika.
right, because we discussed earlier in the episode that the city does not get things done unless there's...
By the way, you are coming in loud and clear. You don't have
Am
to
I?
adjust.
Okay, because I can't hear myself.
Let me turn that up for you. You gotta,
you
you gotta
are-
let me know these things, John. That's
you
why we
are
do
up.
mic test. There we go. Can
Oh,
you
there
hear?
it is. There it is. You are
Sorry,
a prince,
sorry,
sir.
listeners. John's just a mic adjuster.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry.
Anyways.
So we established fairly early in this episode that in the city of Chicago, apparently the only way to get anything taken care of is to paint a swastika on it, or what was it? A dragon,
dragon with I forget what he said.
a flamethrower penis. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was it. You know what? We have a friend from Chicago, Ian Kaiser. And he's also happens to be Jewish, so I'll try to get him on the line in a few minutes as we kind of go more into Ruxin's story.
Cool beans.
But yeah, I love how the wife flips out, especially after he just lied to her, saying she's the dreamscape of femininity.
Which is what the homeless man referred to her as.
Which is great by the whole. I love how this guy's intelligent.
That homeless guy really knows how to please a lady, other than the
Period thing.
Other than the period thing, the motorboating.
Well, that might please a lady.
Well, it might, but not motorboating a picture of the woman in front of her.
To be fair to the homeless guy, he didn't know that was her.
That's a good point. Also, at one point they say that he has done worse. So
That's true. Well, speaking of worse, they have done the ultimate worst to Andre.
Yes, they have. They have shot a pornographic film in his apartment and given him the thrush. Is that what it is?
Yes. I forget because they went back and forth on it. Is it the thrust, which is a vaginal disease?
Right.
Obviously only contracted through intercourse.
Sexin.
And so what they call it, the immaculate.
The immaculate infection.
That's
That's a good one.
That is quite a good one. And I love how at the end of the episode they bring back the my favorite kind of moment of the porno when what are you doing in my metrosexual apartment?
Yeah.
Or
man,
and he also comes in, right? What does he say when he comes in? He sees the woman after a long day's worth of
a long day of bad doctoring. Which is, I'm sure, what bad doctors say all the time when they get home and really need to have like a porno-style orgy, you know?
Yeah. And it just makes me really appreciate the show, how clever they are.
And how gross that porno looked.
Oh, man. And the thing that, in speaking about Andre, we kind of have to talk about Ruxin because it ties in with the whole honesty thing.
Right.
And so obviously they're keeping the two things apart from each other.
Right. Ruxin is in to keep away the porno from Andre, and Andre's in to keep away the fact that they cheated during the draft away from Ruxin, and they know that's just gonna fall apart. And I'm glad that we still have that hanging over us. The Ruxin, they all cheated on Ruxin.
Yeah,
that,
you know, that was
like
kind of
that.
our question last
Yeah.
episode of how they would handle it, and you know, by the end of the episode, they handled it quite well.
Yeah, I'm just wondering when that shoe's gonna fall, and I think it's gonna be awesome when it does. You know.
Oh yeah, when would you predict it?
I think they're gonna. I think they might go the whole season. I think they might go the whole football season.
That could be very, very funny right up until the end. And of course, Judaism is the least objectionable thing about Ruxin. So.
Yeah, that was funny.
What's the most?
Probably that stupid ring.
No one wants that ring anymore.
No. Oh my goodness, no.
That have seen so much semen.
What happened to the ring? Did he just lose it during the day, or did he have to give it to some? I can't remember what happened with the ring at the end of.
I
know it was in the couch, and they find it.
They took. I forget. He took it off for something, and you know, Seth Rogen's character, they kept it for the porno or something. They actually used it as part of the porno, which was hilarious. And I like how they did they intertwined the stories pretty quickly with Kevin having to confront Ruxin about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because most people would kind of just dangle it, and it would head on for a head-on collision.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, this one to me had a little bit more meaning.
Yeah.
So,
we've also failed to mention one of my favorite jokes in this episode so far, which is there anything racist about the dragon with the
penis?
With the weird penis and
penis flame.
That's it, the penis flame. And Taco says, only if it's circumcised.
That's right. And I didn't realize this was the high holidays.
Yeah, that's a good. He has some good ones in this one.
I mean, God, they are just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah. Like a warrior poet.
Like a warrior poet. And you know absolutely nothing of the Jewish holiday.
No.
Sukkah. I
have no idea what they're talking about. I am one of those Catholics, those pesky Catholics.
And I love how that was the thing. You know, I forget who was supposed to contract Catholicism or whatever.
Oh,
it was
Ruxin's wife came down with something, which is Catholicism.
By the way, real quick, have you ever seen The Believer?
No, maybe.
It's about stars Ryan Gosling. It's one of his very first movies. In fact, his first movie ever, and it's about a Jew that is that is a neo-Nazi.
Oh, right.
And so it just reminded me of Ruxin and him tagging swastikas, which obviously leads to his demise in the end.
Of course. And what does he say? Oh, someone asks him if he's the worst thing, like, to happen to Judy, or like he's like, they accuse him of being a Nazi and say he's like the worst, and then he says, I would say Hitler and maybe the Poles. That was a funny little moment he had.
Well, he is quite a racist.
Yeah, he's really, really, really racist and anti-Semitic.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
I love that about him. What was I gonna say? Oh, you know, obviously the question you and I had last time, they all got shitty draft picks, and how they would handle it. What did you think of, you know, kind of how they handled it?
I mean, no auto draft is gonna let you have like 5 kickers or 4 quarterbacks or 4 defenses. That's not really how auto draft works.
Mm-hmm.
Like auto draft wouldn't let you draft an illegal team, so that I don't buy that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how they handled it. I like the proposition of an 8-way trade, and I like that Andre refuses to participate.
But he does eventually. And were you following it? I mean, I have one of the things that John and I talked about. We want to get a fantasy football fan in here to kind of, you know, what we'll do is in our news and gossip as well. We'll kind of expand to include fantasy football news.
Mm-hmm.
But did you follow that, John?
What the
trades and all that?
Not really, because it was all
gibberish.
following.
All right, John. Well, do you have anything else before we head into a commercial? Come back with hopefully Ian Kaiser and some news and gossip and our predictions.
I just wanted to say one of my favorite lines I've ever heard is them telling their child, "Wash your hands, please." And as she walks off, she shouts, "No promises." And also Taco saying, "I like kickers. They're the toughest." It was really funny because kickers are famously pussies.
There you go. Well, yeah. Do you think Jeff and Jackie stole that? I forget if they have children. But do you think they stole that? No promises.
I don't know. That's such a
that
good
has
line.
To be straight out of life kind of moment.
Oh, another great line is, and it's the last thing I have written down, is Andre shouting, "A man just came on my couch."
Yes.
Which is a horrifying thought. A horrifying thought. Oh, another great line. Homeless guy, "I'm doing great. I'm living on a bench."
Yes.
And also Kev and Jenny at the same time saying, "Jews are great."
Jews are great.
Jews are great.
And hopefully we'll come back with one right after this commercial break.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
We are calling Ian Kaiser. Now watch, it's gonna be hilarious if he has like a number voicemail, and if he doesn't pick up, because then everyone's probably gonna get his number.
Ooh, that would be funny.
That would be. Ian's also gearing up for poker in Chicago for the World Series, so he may not pick up. It starts tomorrow.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Let's see if we get the first.
8, 4.
We can't do that to him.
We can't, yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, hopefully Ian will chime in about Sukkah and all that crap. I don't know if it's a holiday. See that? That's part of the problem with doing the show right after. There's no time to research. And that's why we hope we have experts like Ian Kaiser on the line, but apparently not this week.
It's a sad world we live in.
Anyway, sorry. Hold on one sec. I have the news on a tablet, so all right, here we go.
Ooh.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, with this, there's not a lot of news about the league necessarily, but there is a great interview with the cast on MovieWeb. There's a lot of spoilers in here. They interview each of the guys, and for let's say Ruxin, they asked, will we get to see more of Ruxin at his job, serving as a lawyer? How is the marriage going this year? So things like that. I feel a lot of these questions are kind of stuff we don't necessarily get to see on the show. And so if you're interested, check it out. It's on MovieWeb.com, and just do a search for the league. And it's actually pretty in depth. It goes through all of the cast. Obviously, it's it's only 6 people anyway. But in learning about Jeff and Jackie, these guys are very pivotal to coming up with storylines and coming up with the jokes that we see each week. So it's worth a look.
Check it out.
Check it out. And again, we'll expand to kind of adding in news and gossip about the actual fantasy football league. John, you got any news about the fantasy football? I know you're kind of.
Not really. Peyton Manning's still out, I think.
Oh, there you go. So if you have Peyton Manning, sucks to be you.
I mean, you shouldn't have Peyton Manning anyway. It was pretty clear he was going to be out for most of the season from the beginning.
All right, so that is your AfterBuzz TV news and gossip for the league.
Oh, I said that real loud.
That's all right. Here we go. Kind of fitting.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
predictions. So with these kind of not sitcoms, but comedies, we don't get the previews. So
no, we don't.
But so you think the Ruxin thing we won't? It's the season finale. That's what we're working towards.
I think so. And I think we're going to see Jenny take a pretty good lead in was it Kevin who has Michael Vick? One of them has Michael Vick, and I think that's
Jenny has Kevin has a Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Jenny wanted Michael Vick for Michael whatever.
Yeah. Michael Vick's a good guy to have on your team.
Yes.
So
and
him.
And good for Kevin for not getting raped.
Yeah.
By his own wife.
Good for him.
Because women will do that to you. They will try to, just because.
Phil knows. Phil knows.
Anything else to add, John, before we say Mahala, or what did the Jews say? Shalom?
I think what you were trying to say was L'chaim. Which means to life, and Shalom means hello and goodbye, and various other greetings, I believe.
All right, well, anything else before we say Shalom and whatever you said?
That was just some real raunchy porno, but they were all clothed. Like, they show some, like, real gross-looking porno-style stuff, but they're wearing clothes.
So if they weren't wearing clothes, would this be, like, a porno you would watch?
No. Oh, no.
Why not? I mean, I've seen the Da Vinci Co-Ed, very, very funny. Like, I like it when they make when they make parodies of something. And this felt like a good, fun parody.
I prefer it to be simpler. You know what I mean?
All right, fair enough. Well, listeners out in Listerland, as John always likes to call it.
That's right.
Shalom, Mahala.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Yeah.
One more time, John. 1, 2, 3. L'chaim.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.